Okay, you guys, I am super, super, super excited. I'm Kiana. Hey, thanks for being on the call. And I am just super, 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 super pumped up. This was a few months ago. I had a one-on-one with Kaysey, and I literally remember getting off the phone with with her, and telling Shamanika, I was like, dude, this girl's on fire. Like, she's going to promote so fast. I was like, I just know that she's going to promote. Like, I think that it's one thing to talk to somebody who wants to promote. And then there's another thing to talk to someone who's serious about promoting, if that makes sense. Like, I could just tell that she was serious. And so when she promoted, I was like, dude, this is what it's about. Like, meeting friends, talking to people, getting really excited. I always say, like, trust your enroller, get excited, and do the 4 main things that we do every single day. And I know that she does them, and I love watching your stories. So I asked a couple questions about that too. But I'm super, super excited. She just went diamond. I know she's going to go double this month, right? Right. It's a double type of month, but I am super, super excited. Thanks for being on. And first, would you tell us your story and kind of tell us a little bit about you, and then we will get right into it.
Okay, duh. Okay. Oh my gosh, I'm so nervous. I can't believe I'm doing this. Yes, I just went diamond last month and I'm still in complete shock, y'all. I don't even know what the heck has happened in like the 2 weeks since then. But so a little bit of my story. I started as a loyal customer. I started drinking the coffee. Absolutely loved it. I have never lost weight and actually kept it off. So when I lost 5 pounds from drinking coffee, I'm like, heck yeah, let's go. So I posted like a picture of myself drinking my coffee at work. It was like, hey, y'all, I've lost like 5 pounds. Because I knew a lot of people could use this, but I had no idea about the opportunity side of this. And so when my upline, Jamie, my lifesaver, messaged me and was like, girl, you can get paid to do this. I was like, I don't have any money. Like, I'm seriously so broke. I just paid like the last $100 on my credit card. Like, I would be so stupid to put this $99 on my credit card, but guess what? I did it anyway, because that's how I was with money. I didn't care. I was used to having negative, numbers in my bank account, seeing that red. I was like, well, here we go again. And so I wasn't looking for an opportunity like this. I was tired of being in my situation. But I just literally had no freaking idea that this world existed or that you can make any type of money doing something that we all do every single day anyway, post on social media. And so, like I said, I had no clue at all what I was going to be doing. But I was just like, you know what, maybe I could just do this. And if it doesn't work, it'll be another thing that I can just, say didn't work for me. But I jumped in and it freaking worked, y'all. I can't believe, I'm still like so shocked. Like, yeah, it freaking worked. And I can't believe I'm doing something like this, let alone have made it to like, what is it, 1% of the company that diamonds are. So when Kiana and everybody says all these like really nice, cute, sweet things about me, I'm just like, still trying to accept them as, for myself. And so self-development and personal development has grown tremendously during this time. And it's really helped me so much. So I had to write this down. So I started at the end of June and I went ruby in September, emerald in November, and then just went diamond last month, like 4 days before the end of the month. So I was like, dang, I'm killing it. I was like on fire. I came back from conference and it was awesome. And I plan to go double diamond this month. So that's me.
Awesome. You're a rock star. And yeah, diamond is the top 1% of the company. And I think that it's so crazy because nobody really starts this thinking that like they're going to make that much money. You know what I mean?
Right?
Drop a 2 if you've started and you're like, we'll see. Because that's how I was. I was like, oh, I guess we'll just see what happens. And then I actually started doing it and making money. And I was like, I can make money literally from my phone, like while on my lunch break. Like, this is, I was like, this is literally what I used to sneak off when I was working and like go to the bathroom and like, because I started to really like this business. And one thing that somebody said was that you can't explain this business away. You have to discover it and you have to experience it. And I think that's probably what happened to you. You started and you're like, oh, this is real. So the next question I was going to ask, I think the 3 things that are really important are you have to have belief in yourself, the products and the business. So can you tell me kind of how you got that belief? Did it come fast? What was it like?
Okay, so for the products, it came immediately because I had just, I don't know about y'all, but I had, after having my daughter, I just was like in this slump of like the day to day life, thinking like, oh, I'm never going to lose weight. I'm never going to like mentally be okay with myself. I'm never going to be financially okay. And was just like wondering what my purpose was. Why was I here? Am I just this or am I just that? And so when I started drinking the coffee, y'all, Jamie was like, take before pictures so you know your progress. And it took me like 2 weeks to take before pictures because I didn't take selfies. I was not confident. I just didn't love myself like I should have. And so the products came super easy. I was like 5 pounds. And then I kept it off for like a week. And I was like, I'm all in on this. And it tasted good. So the products came super quick. That was really easy for me. The belief in myself, I'm still kind of working on. But I have the Kaysey at this time last year, that Kaysey could not be doing what I'm doing now. And I know that without like personal development and growth in the community and culture that we have in our team has just the confidence is through the roof compared to last year Kaysey. So I'm so grateful for that. But as far as what else was it? Oh, the business, y'all. The business is I don't even know how to explain it, honestly. It just kind of came like when you see all these people that are like, hey, I got this much, or like, I'm making this much money from my phone. I'm just like, I need that. Like, I don't just want it. Like, I need it and I need it for my family. And so it's still growing. Those things are, I've only been doing it for 6 months. It feels like a long time, but it's really not that long amount of time. So it's still coming.
Okay, awesome. And you know what I was gonna say? Have you like met anybody that's in the business? Like, have you hung out with them?
I've hung out with my upline Jamie a few times. She lives about an hour away from me. And then I went to conference and
Oh, perfect.
I have no words to explain that, honestly.
Yeah. I was gonna say, I feel like when you meet, like how I met Carrie in real life, like I only had to meet her once and I was like, she's real. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Go to conference, you're like, oh, these people are real. And I know that that was a huge thing for me. Was just realizing that like we're all the same. We all struggle with different things. We're all just humans. And there's nothing like so special about one person that the other person that you can't do. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not like for some reason Casey is like this miracle diamond. You know what I mean? Like she is a miracle diamond, but you know what I mean? Like all it. And you probably saw that from meeting Jamie being like, oh, she's real. And then going to conference and being like, oh my gosh, these people are like who they say they are and they make money. Like
Yeah.
you're like, wow, I could do that too, you know, but you are a special shiny. You're awesome. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying we can all do this. Okay, so next question is what do you do? Like what's your daily, what do you do daily? Because you work full time.
I do. Yeah. I am a
Yeah.
full-time mom. And I do a lot. I feel like every day is kind of different, but I try to keep it consistent regardless of like, if I say I'm going to get 3 posts up a day and I only do 2, I'm not going to beat myself up about it. I just, keep on with the KPI. My favorite things to do is hacks because my 98% of my customers have come from Host to Post, random people that I've never met in my entire life. And they trust me. And I feel like they trust me because I post on my page daily. I'm consistent and I'm very, very consistent in my stories. I started watching Jade Hooper probably a month into the business and I was like, that's my girl. Like that is my lady. I can relate to her. So many things. And she just comes on there as Jade. She doesn't try to be Sherry Ann or Cheyenne or anybody else. She just is who she is. And I admire that a lot. And so when I gained up a little bit more confidence of like going live in my stories every day, I'm like, I'm just going to be real and I'm going to be honest and I'm going to let them know who I am because half the people we have on our Facebooks are people we've never met before. So I just try to be genuine. That's my thing. Not with just loyal customers, but also with distributors. Um, I think that's being an open book is really it was kind of hard for me to get that way because I'm a people person. I can be really nice, but being vulnerable and open with them has really like, I feel like skyrocketed my business, but KPI every single day.
Okay, awesome. So on the KPI, I know that like sometimes it gets a little bit overwhelming. Like there's a lot of stuff on it.
Yep.
At least from my experience. So how do you get your KPI done like throughout your day? Because I remember when I was working full time, I did like in the morning I posted, and at lunch I followed up, and then at night I talked to literally as many people as I could, because that's the only time I had, like short spurts of the day. So
Yep.
how do you kind of like, for somebody who is busy or is working, or someone who just needs a schedule, like how do you make sure that you get those things done throughout your day?
I get everything ready the night before because I know that I'm gonna wake up late in the morning and be late to work because I'm trying to get my stories done, or I'm trying to get there a little bit early, or I'll just my favorite thing is get it done the night before, so I can just like take a selfie in the morning, boom, get it over with, and copy and paste it the next day, so I don't have to worry about that. Um, Really, that's it. I don't do anything special. I don't always get all of my KPI done every day. I mean, and that just it is what it is. But I'm always messaging people, and I'm always posting, and I at least do, if anything, y'all post at least once a day. It doesn't matter if it's opportunity, product, giveaway, yourself, a selfie, a quote, just like literally something to let people know, like, hey, I'm here, I'm alive, and I'm still here, and I'm not going anywhere. And I feel like that's the biggest thing for me. And I have never been consistent, y'all, with anything my entire life, not a diet, not an exercise plan, uh, nothing, not a single thing. But I don't know. There's something about this business that's just like, I need to go to the bathroom while I'm at work and like talk to this person because it truly makes me happy. So
Dude, you're awesome. I tell people too, I'm so post every single day. You
yeah.
have to talk to new people. So all the host to post, right? So like if she said 98% of her customers come from host to post and she just went diamond, why would you not do that? Like, I'm serious. Why would you not post all day long? Like seriously, I don't understand. And then next I always say grow your network, which you can do from host to post.
Yep.
And then following up, right? Like you've got to follow up. So I just know you're killing it. I just know you do those things. And those are the core four, guys. I'm serious about the core four. Posting, talking to people, like doing those host posts, following up, and then growing your network is literally how you can work this business and make so much money. So I was gonna ask about like combos with LCs, but we're gonna skip that for now. Because I actually want to talk about like how do you with your story, you're so good at your stories. Like every time I watch them, I literally listen to all of them. Like
Oh gosh, all of them.
most people I skip through, but like I really enjoy liking your stories and like watching them. And I think it is because you're just real and you're authentic, and like it's so cute. You have your daughter in it. It's just adorable. I love every part of it. And you're really funny. So like that helps. You're a funny girl, you know?
Oh god.
But what I was gonna say is how do you go like so do you actually go live through your story, or do you go live on your page? Or do you record a video? Because
Oh
they're good.
yeah, I just do like the hands free, like on I go through Instagram. Sorry. I go through Instagram like through my stories, but I'm mostly mainly on Facebook. That's where I do all of my work and get everything done. But I don't know. I just saw Jade Hooper and I was like, man, this is working for her. And I just started doing it one day, and I have literally done it every day since and have gotten the most insane messages. I feel like I'm like a celebrity because people are like, I love watching your stories. And at first I was like, oh my God, I like all these eyes are on me. I don't know if this is what I want. Should I keep doing this? But I just got so much love when you like people were rooting for you. And like when I was announced that I was going for my bonus, like so many random people that have never liked or commented on anything of mine was like, girl, you got this, like just the love. And they were like, I watch your stories every day. And I was like, I didn't know that, but thank you so much. And it does feel really nice, but I was scared at first. And I was like, I don't know if I want, my whole life to be out there, but people only know what you show them. So I do
Yeah.
love that. I can be authentic too.
Yeah, and I posted today, and it was like something that I was listening by Trent Shelton, and he was saying, like, we all want, like, capital want, like, we really want our friends and family to be supportive. And I think in this business, the moment that you can switch your mindset to know that like strangers are going to support you and they're going to want to try products and they're going to want to root you on and cheer you on, it's like a whole different ball game. I don't know why. I don't know how to explain it. Like, there's so many millions of people out there that are going to love and support you. So if you're close friends and family, like you feel like they're like, whatever, they don't want to try products, or they're not really that into it, or they're skeptical, that's okay, because there's a whole lot of people out there that are really going to love and support you and want to get to know you through your posts, through your stories. You know, you're going to add them from a host to post or follow them on Instagram, and they're really going to connect with you when you're literally just being yourself. I just, she said my friends and family wouldn't support me, but a rando I just met totally would. And it's so true. Like, you're gonna meet people, and like, especially like, I mean, if you guys think about it, your friends and family aren't gonna make you $1 million. Like, they probably don't have $1 million to give you. You know, you're gonna run out of them. So that's important, especially like she said, like, you guys should go watch her stories, because they're like, she's just herself, but like, you could learn a lot from watching her stories. Like she said, like, if you guys follow Jade Hooper, you know that Jade Hooper is just so herself, and that's all that you need to do in this business. And sometimes it is hard to be vulnerable, like she said, but I guarantee the reason that she's able to promote and connect with people, and people are purchasing from her, not only because they're watching her stories, but they instantly feel connected to her, even if they haven't had a conversation, because she's so real in her story. So I think that you're awesome. I love it. I got to do hands-free more. You got me inspired and fired up. Okay, let's see. Okay, so I was gonna ask, what was like your turning point that really made you decide to run for Diamond, and then kind of what was your mindset going into starting to go for your promotion?
I feel like I've been running for Diamond since I started. That's what everybody talks about. That's what, you're like, okay, once I get Diamond, I can retire, I can do this or whatever, and da 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 da. And it's like you're going for it, but you're like kind of half-ass going for it. And I kind of have half-ass done things all my life. And then, a few months are going by, and it's like, okay, I didn't get the $8,000 bonus. And it's just like, probably never happened. They're never going to announce something like that again. That's just so amazing. Turning point was conference. I don't know what voodoo is in conference, or like what the heck is going on there, but I literally came back feeling like a changed person. I don't even know how to explain. I was trying to think of like a word to describe how I feel now, and there is none. It is just genuine happiness that I've never, probably the day my daughter was born was the only other time that I have felt like this, and just like complete happiness in myself. And it's just like they say, it's like a switch that happens in your mind and your brain and your body and in your heart. You literally just, you crave something more, and when you go for it, it's like people just, I don't know if they feel the energy. I don't know what it is, but coming back the day I came back from conference, my husband looked at me and he was just like, what is going on? Like, there's just something so different about you. You just seem brighter. So it was conference for me for sure.
That made me think, like, it's kind of like when you take yourself seriously and you believe it can happen, everyone around you starts to see that change. Like,
Yeah.
I heard the same thing from other people in the company who end up promoting and going to the top of the company. Like, they will say, like, I came home from conference, or I went to this event, or, one day I came out of my office and my husband, or whoever just was like, whoa, she's totally different. Like, I know that she can do this now. And I think it comes, yeah, I'm like,
gives me the chills. It's crazy.
Yeah. Like, yeah, you decide and you make that decision and you really take yourself seriously, other people start to do the same thing. And I think that that's just, it is what it is. When you put it out there and you're really serious for it and you show up, people notice that and they love it. And that's what people are drawn to. And a big part of that too. So I know for me, when I first started, I was like, I'm never going to sign a distributor. Like, I was like, there is no guys, I was at conference with thousands and thousands and thousands of people. And I literally looked at my girlfriend and I said, no one is ever going to join this business. She's like, Kiana, what? She's like, look at all these people here. I was like, no one's ever going to join with me. And she's like, what? Like, in your head, you can tell yourself all these things. And I was like, but then once I realized, I was like, oh, I joined the business. Like, people do want this. Like,
Yeah.
could you being in a room with thousands of people? And I'm like, no one's ever going to do it. Like, sorry. So whatever. Okay, drop a 3 if you guys have ever felt that way though. Like, if you're like, dude, no one's gonna do this with me. You're like, there's no way. You're like, no. But like, you need to remind yourself that you are doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's more people like you. And Jade Hooper always says, all you need to do is find people like you. Like, that is simple. You know what I'm saying? Like, look at all of us on here. Look at all the people that are on the team. They're like us that wanted an opportunity, and most people want an opportunity, whether they're skeptical like I was or whatever it is, they want an opportunity. So how did you flip the switch and start signing distributors? Because you have to grow a team to go diamond. Like, it's just facts, you know, like we got to get down to the facts. You have to grow a team and you got to become a leader. And it might sound scary, but it's really, really fun. But how did you kind of flip that switch and really start growing your team? And kind of what are the tools or the things that you do to grow your team, and how are you signing new teammates?
Oh gosh, y'all, I'm not the best at signing DTs, but I have just always been really open and honest. Like, people, the most hated question, like, how much do you make? And I'll be like, okay, well, I make maybe like $5 right now, but in like 3 months, I'm gonna make $150. Do you want to make $150? Like, send them the IDS statement and or the chart, and just be like, which one would help you? I can help you get there. My team is like here for you, and I just overwhelm them with like love and support and say, girl, you got this, you can do this, before they even join my team. Like, so many times we're just like, no, I couldn't do that, or like, and then I just counteract them with, what can you do? What do you think? I always take me back, Kiana, what are you willing to do to be able to make that much money from your freaking phone, guys? Because they give us all the things that we need. They literally spell it out for us word to word. All we have to do is send it, like copy and paste. It's so simple. It's just, are you willing to put in the work? So my thing has always just been super genuine, super honest, answer the questions, and just all the support. And I have found the most genuine people as well, and just become really, really great friends with them. And I think they, um, what's the word I'm looking for? Um, totally drawing a blank, but they love that.
Yeah. And okay, so you were a customer before. Do you have a lot of customers that upgrade to be reps?
No, I don't think so. I've had a few.
That's like the best, you guys.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Shaw upgraded from a customer to a rep.
Wow.
You upgraded from a customer to a rep and went diamond.
Yeah.
And I have a girl on my team right now, Kelsey, just because I'm looking at her face. She upgraded from a customer and became a rep, and she has sold so much product and is like so excited. So like, that's just an idea for you guys. If you do have people that have been your customer, like, you got to find a system to follow up with them, you know, and just be like, hey, you love the products. Have you ever thought about this? Because if you think about it, people who love the products, they do really, really well with this business. But also, real quick, so let's pretend like I'm a potential distributor. Okay? You want to do this? It's good.
Sure.
Okay. Okay, we'll just start like this. Okay, so we started talking about some products, and then I asked you about the business, and I'm like, okay, so what do you do? Like, how do you do it? What would you say?
Oh gosh. I just say that, like, we use the products and we show everybody on our social media how wonderful they are, how well they work for us, and how it could work for them too. My thing is, a lot, guys, if you have somebody who is doing a lot of post for you, they're literally doing your job and could get paid for it too. So why not just ask them? I've asked like 3 or 4 people this week. They're like, hit me up on Friday. They saw me hit the bonus and they want it too. I'm just being really loud about where I'm going. Even if I haven't made millions of dollars, I'm still making something from my phone as opposed to nothing. But yeah, that's what
I'm just like,
I'm just like, oh my gosh.
I just am pumped up because I feel like when you talk about where you're going, that's the real like magic. Okay. Like she said, if she's like, people are like, how much do you make right now? You're like, girl, like, that doesn't matter. It's about where I'm going. Like, I'm going to make this much money. It doesn't matter, you know? But okay. So we're having this combo and you tell me about the business, and I'm like, oh, I don't know. I don't really know that many people. What would be just something that you would say? It doesn't have to be word for word, but like, you probably get objections. So kind of what are those objections and how would you respond?
I mean, I just tell them how I started. I started with like maybe 200 Facebook friends, and it's like now I have over 2,000. And I just tell them about how our team has everything in place for us to succeed. Like, we can give you everything. And we're going to be here every step of the way. Our team always talks about you join for yourself, but not ever by yourself. And I always, if anything, I put that statement in there because it's so freaking true. I've never been a part of like a community or culture like this, that literally people I never met are supporting me way more than people I've known my entire life. And it's, at first it's like, this is so weird. Like, I can't believe this is happening, but like, they genuinely want you to succeed because they know that if you're succeeding, then they can succeed too. And it's just about paving the way for them.
Girl, you got me fired up. I'm excited. Like, it's so funny because like the way that she's talking, once you really love this business, you could talk about it all day. You know what I'm saying? Like you guys, I didn't prep her for this. I was just like, whatever, we'll see. But like likes the business. Like drop a 4 if you can tell. Like you know that she knows what she's talking about too. Like she could send a voice memo, she could get on live and she could talk about it. But that only comes from really loving this business and getting excited and talking to people, right? And like it's crazy because if you think about it, we all have the scripts. We all know what to say because there's your upline is going to give it to you. Somebody in the team page is going to give it to you. You're going to know what to say. It's just, are you going to go send those messages?
Yeah.
Like drop a 5. Like, are you actually going to send the messages? Please, someone say yes. Someone on my team at least drop a 5. Like, please. No, I'm just kidding. But like, are you going to do it? Because we all have it at our hands, at our disposal. And when you love this business, like she's able to just talk about it, you'll be able to do that too. And you'll be able to say like, girl, no, like you could do this. Like we have everything that you need to be successful. You just have to do the things. I always tell people if you're coachable and you're willing to be mentored, then you'll be so good at this. How simple. Like, are you coachable? Yes or no? Like, hopefully. If you're not, I don't know. Okay, so last one, just like we're just talking. So I'm like, okay, so whatever. What's the next step? How do you explain the price like to get started?
I always tell them the before price. Obviously, I was like, hey, I paid $99, but we always have a code going on. Normally, we have a code. And so I'm just like, right now, you could save money. I'm going to get you your shopping spree. I do that regardless, guys. If you're not helping people get their shopping spree, you're kind of doing them a disservice, honestly, and yourself. And so I always, since I learned that, I have always helped everybody get their shopping spree because I know that when I was drinking the coffee, when I first started, guys, I didn't have the money. I did not have $90. I did not have $80. I didn't have $10, but I still needed to lose weight. And that's all about your priorities right there. But I needed the money. So I kind of forgot what I went off on a tangent.
Oh, you're just saying, help you do this. And are you yellow?
Girl, yes, I'm yellow.
I love yellows. My whole team is yellow. I just love
Yes.
them. But like when you talk to people that way, where you're like, I'm gonna help you, like that makes
Oh,
sense.
yeah.
You
Oh,
know,
absolutely.
telling them
Yeah,
help you, I'm gonna like help train you and stuff, and that really changes your business.
absolutely. I agree. And truly help them. Like, don't just help them for like, 4 days or a week. If they're like 4 months into the business, they still need help. That's still your responsibility. So I've had to learn to grow in my leadership, but it's just helped me grow as a person. Everything I'm learning is helping me become a better me. So that's
Yeah,
awesome.
that's awesome. You're on fire. Okay, so
Thank you.
I have like one more kind of question, or however you want to answer it. But what would be your best advice for somebody who is trying to hit the promotions of Ruby, Emerald, Diamond? Because there's a lot of bonuses on the table. Like drop a 7 in the chat if you know that like you literally are up for a bonus. Like everybody is. Like literally everybody is up for them. If you started this month, you can literally get like what $30,000 in bonuses in the next 4 months.
Yep.
What? That's insane. Like that's real life money. I've earned like a lot of money, income disclosure. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But insert. But okay, so what would be your best advice for somebody who's going for those promotions?
This is gonna sound so general or just like so like, are you serious? But like literally just do it. You literally just put nothing else can like matter at the time. Like I remember you've told me so many things that have stuck with me, but on our one-on-one call, you were like, get your stuff done at your house, do whatever you need to do, and then come and put intentional time into your business and don't be picky. I was so picky. I was like, I'm not gonna ask them, or I'm not gonna like what? Why are you not asking them? Because those people that I didn't ask could have been my rock stars. They could have been like, but because I was too busy judging, like the old Kaysey would have done to everybody else, I had skipped out on so many people. So I would just say, literally just do it. Just put your head down and get to work. And that's literally it. I wish I had some like awesome, cool thing to say, but like you literally just have to do it. Nobody else can do it for you.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's so true. And I think that's one thing that you just said is people miss that you need to still live your life and be intentional with your business. You know what I mean? Because like when you have kids, I don't even have them, but like my dog drives me crazy. So like I can't have a kid, you know, like it would be rough for me in this moment. But I've also trained myself over time, over the last 3 years. What I learned is that you have to put focused time into anything that you do, right? Like your kids don't need all your time, they just need focused time with you, right? Like I cannot hang out with my girlfriend and stare at her all day, but we do have to have intentional focused time for our relationship to work. And it's the same thing with your business. Focused intentional time will change your business. And I just saw Jamie's comment and I'm like, dude, me too. I loved her ever since I talked to her. I was like, Kaysey's the best.
Thank you.
So I'm just super, super proud of you. I think that this was awesome. I mean, we only went 30 minutes, but do you have any like final thoughts, or if anybody has a question that they want to put in the chat, please don't make the questions about like talking to people about becoming like a customer, because like we all have that at our disposal. I'm not laughing at anybody. I'm just saying like, think of a really good question if you have one. But you guys have scripts for literally how to sign every single customer in the world. You have scripts how to do host to post. And if you don't have it or you don't know yet, just ask your enroller. But if you guys have any questions for her, drop them in the chat. And then my last thing was like, what are your final thoughts? And like, do you have anything that you want to add, or anything that's been helpful for you, or anything that you think that somebody would like to hear or that it would help them?
Oh gosh. I wish I did, but I don't know. I feel like this business has just changed me as a person in general. I think that the money is great, and yeah, I needed it and I really wanted it, but like the person that I've become and I've heard so many people say this and it's just like the same thing, but when you truly feel that feeling inside and just like, I really do have a purpose, like I feel like I was meant to be here and help these people and become friends with these random people that I met on the internet that are like so far away from me, like yeah, you were meant to be here. And if you're like questioning yourself, literally just keep going. And that reminds me, takes me right back to Morgan Martin when she's like, I give myself 12 months or whatever. And then she went like presidential in 14 months. Imagine if she would have given up, 4 months prior to that. And so I'm just like, man, maybe I am better than Jamie. Maybe I am better than Kiana. Like, why not me? I am so cool. I just hype myself up now. And I've never been able to do that before. It just feels really freaking good, man. I don't know. Hopefully one day I'll have some like really awesome, inspiring words to give you guys, but right now I really don't.
No, that was really good. I think that that's so like, you have to start hyping yourself up. And I swear, you guys, once you meet the people and you get really plugged in, you're going to be like, why not me? And there's going to be a time where your brain switches and you're like, why the heck not? And you're going to be like, dude, if she could do it, I could do it. Like, I specifically remember meeting Carrie and being like, I don't know if this chick is real, but like, if she can make the money she says she makes, like I can make 200. And then once I made that much, I was like, I could do that, you know? And then I kept, I'm like, why would I not be able to do this? You know, especially when it's literally so simple. You just have to put time in, and like, you got to send the messages and you've got to talk to the people and you've got to grow your list. And you know what I'm saying? Those are just the things that you have to do. It's simple to do, very simple not to do if you don't do it, you know? But I had one question that I saw pop up that I thought was good. That we can totally end it there. But what are you doing for self-development? And like, you know, what do you do, or what's like your advice for self-development? How often are you doing it? Give us all the deets.
In the beginning, I started out like this time last year. I'm telling you, I was just an absolute miserable human being. Every freaking thing on the planet Earth annoyed the crap out of me. Like I just was like, I don't want to sound so depressing, but like I was just so miserable within myself, and it was all in my head. Every single fake argument, everything, anything that I could be upset about, I was doing to myself. And when I started this business, and Jamie's like, yeah, you need to like listen to these like motivational speeches or like listen to these podcasts, and I'm like, dude, I'm not doing that. Like I don't want to hear these things that are wrong about myself, but I didn't. And I didn't listen to like the ones where it's like, oh yeah, let's, all the time. Like you don't need that all the time. Sometimes you just need to tell yourself that you are worth it and that you're worthy of this money. I'm gonna make myself cry. That you do deserve these things, guys, because I didn't think that I did deserve these things. I didn't think that I was worthy of this kind of money, or like to not struggle or ask my parents for money. I was so used to asking my parents for money and just like being negative and owing people money and things like that. And I'm just like, it's never going to change. So like, why would I try to do these things? But when you do start doing them and just repeatedly telling yourself the positives instead of the negatives, your mind is just so, it almost freaks me out how like strong your mind is. And whatever you tell yourself, and I've also, let me just interrupt real quick because I used to talk in my head like OCD, mental OCD, bad, y'all. And I started talking to myself out loud. And it's like, okay, that was rude. Like, you don't need to be saying those things to yourself. And like, I would never say half the things that I say to myself to another human being. And I just stopped counting myself out and started counting myself in and saying that I could do it. And I don't know when that day was. I don't know what happened, but listening to Ashley Mayfield always pumps me up. I listened to Unf Yourself. That really changed a lot of things for me. There was a few chapters in there that was really, really eye-opening. It's just like, why do I'm literally doing it to myself. And when you think about self-sabotage and how I have sabotaged myself my whole life by counting myself out, especially when it comes to like my brothers are like absolute geniuses. And it's just like, I'm not book smart like them. I'm not popular like them. I'm not, instead of I am, awesome. I'm freaking amazing. I'm freaking hilarious. Like I'm a great mom. I'm a good wife. Like when you start saying these things like over and over, it kind of makes you giddy because you start believing it and believing in yourself. And then I just take it back to when my husband was like, man, your energy is just like so high. We've been together 11 years. He has never said anything like that to me, y'all. It's more like, what's up with the RBF, And it's like, that switch, hearing him say that, like, I would give anything for that. It just feels really good for not only for yourself to like realize it and see it and be able to like talk to other people about it, but when the outside is starting to notice, I don't have any words for that. It's a great feeling.
Wow, awesome. You got me up. I'm like taking notes. I'm over here. Yes, I was like, yes, she
What's
is.
up? Thank you.
Like, yes. But yes, thank you so much for being on. I can't wait for you to go double. That's gonna happen. So I can't wait, and I'm super, super proud of you. I just love hearing your story, and I just love knowing how much this business change people. And like you said earlier, like one thing that we all do is we like judge people before we can offer this business or the opportunity. And like if this business has changed your life at all, like drop a number 8 in the chat. Like it's changed your life in some way. Like, is it a positive outlet? Is it somewhere that you've made friends? Is it somewhere that you've made a little bit of extra money? Is it somewhere that you've made a lot of money? Is it somewhere where you just said like, gosh, maybe I am worth it? Or you got plugged in and something that somebody said helped you like, spend more time with your kids, or you know what I mean? Like there's some reason that this business has helped you in some way. And there's definitely a reason that you're here. And it's just really, really crazy to think that if you don't offer this opportunity to people, they're missing out on that, and people are skeptical of everything. And that's why I loved Ashley. She said like, you have to discover this business and you have to feel it for yourself. So, you're awesome. And I actually on this call too, you guys, please stay on a couple minutes. I asked one of my girls, Kelsey, to just talk about how she's signing all these customers. So if you guys want to stay on, she got her shopping spree like literally within 2 days. So I'm sure she has all the good tips. You guys can take notes and stuff, but I'm going to ask her a couple questions. But Kaysey, you rock. Thank you so much for being on. I love ya. And I can't wait for you to go double. Like we should do this again next month, same time. Next month.
I'm so down. Thanks for having me. That was fun.
Love you. Thank you so much.
Love y'all.
Okay, awesome. So you guys, I'm gonna keep recording, of course, but you guys, Kelsey's on fire. Okay, so I just want everybody who's on fire to just listen to the fire, because we're all in different spots. And Kaysey promoted to Diamond. And then you can also learn from people who are just starting this business, who are just killing it. So Kelsey, will you tell us like when you started? I know it was like literally a couple weeks ago. But what like made you sign all these customers and how are you doing it and why are you so excited?
Well, I started last Saturday and immediately I just went through all my friends list and just asked all my family and all my immediate friends for help. And then I started immediately on Saturday doing host to post. I just immediately started with them. And let me think. I think by Monday I had 6 already. And then now I'm at 13. And
Dang.
I'm hoping.
Sorry, girl.
Yeah. I'm gonna say I just went through just now and added some friends. And like kind of like what she was saying before, I've never really had a ton of friends on Facebook. I always limited myself with just like my immediate friends and my family. And same with Instagram, which Instagram's one thing I'm still having a hard time with trying to find to venture out because everybody I'm getting is from Facebook. I'm not really getting anybody from Instagram yet. And that's one thing I still have to work with and work on. But my stories, me just watching you with your stories, it's kind of helped me. And I've had a lot here in the last couple of days that have messaged me through that. So.
And I was gonna say, I always tell people, I'm like, you guys got to do what's working. You know, like if host to post is working and you want more results, just do like more host to post. Like, just do more. You know what I'm saying? Because like you're killing it. So like if you're doing like this is for everybody on here. If you're doing 5 host to posts, like why would you not do 10 or 15 host to posts or more? You know, because it really freaking works. And I think one good thing that you said too is like you just reach out to everybody and you ask them to help you and to post. And like don't miss that. Okay. So if you guys are on here and you're wondering like how do I get a new distributor started? Like why not help them just ask if their family would help them out and post or if they wanted to try products, you know what I mean? Okay, so another thing about you signing all these customers because you're on fire, it probably helps that you try the products, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So what would your best advice be if somebody is like, oh, well, I don't know if I have the money to try the products, or I don't know, like you kind of eventually have to try them to fall in love with them. So like, is it easier to talk to people since you love products? It's kind of like
absolutely, yeah. Oh yeah. And I've had several that are like, does it really work? I was like, yeah. I'm like, I've been taking it. Like I've been on it for a year and I've lost about 30 pounds from the product. I'm like, if it's gonna work for me, it's gonna work for you. And a lot of them keep asking the diet. Do they have to be on a specific diet? And I'm like, no. I'm like, you need to eat good. I mean, clearly that's gonna help you. But I'm like, right now, I've been eating like teetotal crap since the holidays. And with the gummies, I haven't gained anything back. And I'm just trying to share my experience with them for them to give them a positive look at it.
I tried to type gummies in the chat and I think I just messaged someone privately. Sorry. I love the gummies. But yeah, I'm just super pumped up. I feel like you're killing it with signing customers. And I think it's always a reminder when people start their business and take off that like literally anybody and everybody could do this. And it gets me really, really pumped up because this is a promotional period. Like, can everybody drop a number 1 if you understand that like you're up for a promotion? Like everybody. I don't know if you guys forgot, but everybody, every single person on here is up for a promotion and it's so possible for anybody. And all you have to do is talk to people, right? Like that's it. I know it sounds hard, but all you have to do is talk to people. And that's what Kaysey and Kelsey are doing is they're talking to people and they're doing host to post. So like, if you're the person that's like, I don't know about host to post, but like you're on here and you keep hearing host to post, I was the person who was like, host to post, you know? And now that I'm doing it, I'm like, holy crap. You know what I mean? But thank you so much for sharing, Kelsey. You're a rock star. I just love you. Thank you for sharing, Kaysey, Kelsey. I like keep getting them mixed up in my head. But I appreciate you guys so much. I am really thankful for you guys, and I know that this is going to be an awesome, awesome, awesome month. And if you guys are nervous about signing people up on your team, or you're like, I don't know if I should ask this person. I think I asked Kelsey for like 6 months straight. I'm like, girl, you'd be good at this, or you know what I mean? I brought it up. And I just let her join on her own time. And all you have to do, especially in this season, is ask people if they're doing, like Kaysey said, if they're doing lots of post to post, like just say like, hey, you've been doing a lot of host to post. Have you thought about making extra money? That's what I do all the time. It works. Okay. Or customers, hey, you've been on the products for a while. I know you love them. Have you thought about making extra money? How simple. Or somebody's like, hey, I can't order right now. Girl, no problem. When is good for you? Also, have you ever considered making extra income? Like, you'd be good at this and you can use the products. What? You guys, that's the simplest way. That's, I swear, how I sign the most distributors. It's just saying like, oh, have you thought about it? I'll put a message in the chat so you guys can have it. But I'm like, is this a coaching call or interview style? I don't know. Here we are. Oh my God, I keep sending it just to Jamie. Sorry, y'all. Okay, that's a message that I use if you guys want to save it. But I love you guys so much. I'm gonna stop the recording. I appreciate you guys all for being on. If you want to stay on, we can do a boomerang. I just want to tell you that before I turn the recording off, because people normally hop off. But thank you so much for being on, Kaysey. Thanks for talking, Kelsey. You guys rock. And we can boomerang in just a second. Yay! Let me stop this.